Good morning. We're here to talk about the market, what the market says for October, and I think you'll find October numbers rather interesting. But the first thing I'm going to start with is a question. What occurs 44 and a half times a day, 312 times a week, 1,340 times a month?
House sells.
A house sells. Who said that? All right, Dennis. That's what's happening. And that's since October back to January. So for the last 10 months, there have been 44 and a half homes sold per day. Now, according to the news media, things aren't selling. You can't get a mortgage. So you explain to me how we were able to close 44 and a half homes in the Cincinnati area per day last month, if those things are true. And recently I've had the opportunity to talk with several different groups. I had a great opportunity the other day with Cindy Enderle. We went out to Maple Knoll. She was asked to do a presentation to prospective residents of Maple Knoll. They all have homes to sell. She asked me to come out and talk about the market. The first thing I asked the group is, what's your perception? And the one gentleman said, he read in the New York Times, and he said everything in the New York Times is true, that if there's no additional building that occurs at this point in time forward, we have a 10-year supply of housing. And I said, well, the first thing I'm going to tell all of you is to stop reading the newspaper and stop listening to the media. You need to pay attention to what's going on in the local market. So with that, let's talk about what's going on in the local market. In October 08, sales were down almost 15% from October 07. Now, if you think back a moment, what happened in September when offers would have been written to close in October? What major event happened in our market area in September? The windstorm. Many people were out of business, out of their homes for about a week. That's worse than the snowstorm we had back in March that took us out for a whole weekend. But a whole week really got cut out of our lives. And no doubt, in my opinion, that affected sales. What else might have affected sales in October, September, October?
Market meltdown.
The market meltdown, the bailout, the financial bailout, the presidential election, and we've got all that stuff. Isn't it incredible that you go and you pay half now for gas than what you did 30 days ago? I mean, I got excited when I went to the pump on Sunday, and it cost me less than $26 to fill my tank. And I thought, Karen, it's perspective. You wouldn't have been excited 10 years ago to spend $26, but 30 days ago I would have spent twice as much. So sales are down. The total dollar volume was down about 21%. The average sale price was down about 9%. So October, no doubt, was a down month as compared to October a year ago. The absorption rate. The absorption rate ticked up this past month. We were at 9.8 last month. Interestingly, we were at 9.8 last year in October. So this October, we're at 10.4. We've got 10.4 months. As you know, you've memorized it at this point. The balanced market is between 5 and 6 months. So we're about double the balanced market. And we're still in that mode of it's simply supply and demand. We have more supply than we do demand. However, one of the things that you're going to see in this next chart is the fact that inventory, and it has been coming down every month this year as compared to last year, but this month in October, we're not only down from 07 inventory, we're down from 06 inventory. So we're starting to creep down towards the 05 inventory, which is good, but what we need to get is that sales activity moving. So absorption rate, 10.4 months, And then we go into our year-to-date, the 1990 to 2008, January through October. The sales are basically at the 97, 98 sales level. So we're still back at that level. The dollar volume, we're back at about the year 2000. And that takes into the fact that our sale prices have gone up over the years. So we're selling, the property values are a little higher. We're just not selling as many units. So that's where we are in with the market stats. In summary, we talked about this last month, you can't control the market. But what you can do is what you control to be in the market and to participate in the market and how you respond. You know, one of the things that people are challenged with today is optimism. Because when everybody's walking around with a sour face on their a sour look on their face, it's because, you know, they're feeling the pain, the challenges in the market. People are still going to buy and sell houses. Our job is to make sure that we're the ones they select to get the job done. We're the best. You're the best at what you do. You've got the most experience in this marketplace. And your job, our job, is to make sure that we're the ones that are selected when it comes time to buying and selling real estate. No doubt buyers, we keep saying it over and over, buyers need to come into the market. First-time home buyers need to come into the market. How many of you receive NAR, notifications from NAR about their action, calls to action, where they're asking you to participate? Did all of you receive the one that talked about the 4-point plan that NAR is proposing as a supplement to the stimulus package that was passed recently? Because in those 4 points, the premise of those 4 points is to modify the stimulus plan so that it really becomes a stimulus plan. Because when the stimulus plan came out, people got excited. $7,500 credit. Oh, by the way, you're going to have to pay it back over 15 years. That's one of the biggest points, the first point that NAR has in their 4-point plan of modifying the stimulus plan that they are taking to Congress, is to modify that so that it is not a repayment, that it is truly a tax credit, which in my opinion would no doubt certainly help first-time home buyers. The second part of that point 1 is that the $7,500 not just be a tax credit, but it be available to any home buyer. Can you imagine if you've got some move-up buyers that would be eligible for a $7,500 credit and it's not repaid? That would be awesome. But here's what you have to do. Part of what I said, you know, we can't control the market, but we can control how we respond. We have to be engaged. We have to, when we get those messages, and if we're not getting those messages, we need to sign up to get those messages. They come automatically, and it's as easy as 2 clicks to be counted, and that's really kind of the theme that NAR uses. You get the email, you click twice with your mouse, your congressman and senator is notified automatically. And believe it or not, they don't read what they receive. You know what they do? They count how many they've received. So be engaged. That 4-point plan is important and very important to get buyers into the market. Sellers, real simple. Only serious sellers need apply. And I'm going to break it down or take it right down to the very heart of the matter. At the right price and at the right condition, house will sell. And that's where the sellers need to be. People, again, are going to buy and sell real estate. Our job is to make sure we're the ones that are selected to do that job.